Hey everyone, welcome to Geekonomics. It's a new show. I shaved the beard. The post-election beard is gone. So, hope everyone's doing well. How you doing, Brian?
I'm doing good, Mark. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. I'm fine. I'm having a good time. Good day. Good nights outside. Beautiful blue skies.
Oh my Lord, this weekend
Sun's
was
come up, so that's a good sign.
beautiful. It
Yeah.
was your abnormally warm
Yes.
weekend
Yeah.
for November,
Yeah.
and other great things happened as well. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
shy away from that. Um, but before we get into, we have movie news, we have TV news. We're gonna talk about the election, and we're gonna end the show off with Mandalorian Chapter 10,
Yes. The
which
passenger.
is episode 2, season 2.
Yes.
Which we'll save that for the end of the show, unlike last week's where we
Yeah.
talked about that in the beginning. I almost feel like maybe it could be the end of every show now. That could be,
Well, yeah. It's just we had that was a big event that was happening last week. That's why I had
yeah,
to make it to the end of the show, but now it will be the end of the show.
yeah. Um, so like we do every week, what
Yes.
have you been up to, Mark? You want me to go first, or
No, I'll go first. After actually it's like almost right after last week's show, I watched Borat, subsequent movie film.
wee wah whoa wah?
Wow, wow, wee wow.
What'd you think? Pretty funny,
Uh,
huh?
it was Borat. It was there was some funny parts. There's a couple disturbing things.
Yeah,
The the Rudy Giuliani thing, I don't know.
yeah. It was
Very weird.
nothing.
Yeah,
It
it was very weird.
like I'll say this about Borat.
I mean,
It
it
was
was
very
dumb to put
funny.
yourself in that situation,
Oh yeah,
but
he was
he's not the
fooled.
brightest person in the world either. So
No. I would say about Borat. I really funny. It was just as enjoyable as the first one, but I think the first one was more longer scenes, less edited, more
yeah,
undercover. Where this one was highly edited,
yeah,
more of a movie
yeah.
because there's
Like a
actually
plot to it instead
there
of
was a
just a
plot to it,
narrative.
and there was a lot more cuts, especially that Giuliani scene. Now listen, you got to take the mic out. He's tucking in his pants. I don't
Yeah.
really think he would like. I don't like the guy, but I don't think he was doing
No, he
anything
was just to
creepy.
put himself in a bad position.
But you'd see the back of him, but then you would hear him say, like, "Let me get
Yeah,
your number and address." So you don't know
yeah,
where the audio came from. Did
yeah,
it come from that scene, or did it come from when they were in the other room? Because you don't see him
yeah. It was
saying.
very weird.
Now, I'm not saying it's a comedy film. It's not a documentary. So
Exactly.
he, it's that's not the point. If this
Yeah,
was a documentary and they're trying to deceive us with editing,
yeah.
that's a problem. But it's not. It's a comedy. It's a the payoff
A
was
mockumentary is what it was.
it's a payoff of giving this woman, his daughter,
Yeah,
and it was a funny scene. It I think the media was trying to make it more than it really was, like they always do.
yeah.
Um, or people didn't see it. I think what happened in the beginning, people hadn't even seen the movie yet, but they
No,
just
they
that
saw that clip.
they saw that clip or a
Yeah,
image that was leaked, and
yeah,
then people made their own assumptions, which
yeah.
clickbait people do. But overall, is I think this had a better story.
Well,
I
actually,
thought
had a story as opposed to
yeah,
just saying him
the girl was amazing.
tutor.
Yeah, she was so good. And I think the ending was my favorite part. Instead of
Yeah,
last movie was a running of the Jews, this was like the running of the Americans.
yeah. It was very interesting.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's what you want to laugh, and it's a stupid fun movie. And Sacha Baron Cohen, I'm a big fan of his, so it's
Yeah.
enjoyable. Yeah,
So I watched that, and then not much else really. It's just we didn't really have much else to watch this week because everyone was glued to their favorite news media for the whole week.
yeah. We'll get to that, but
I think I've watched
yeah,
more CNN in the past week than I
I
have in my whole
watched
lifetime.
MSNBC way more than I have in a lot. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I had it on a lot, a
See, I'm a
lot.
CNN guy for the elections because of John King. He's like my favorite.
What? Say that again?
John King, the reporter for CNN,
Yeah,
who does the Magic Board.
yeah.
He's my favorite. I'm in all. He's like the best. breaks it down for you.
Yeah, I mean, the guy on MSNBC, who ran the board.
Yeah.
I mean, they all did a great job of doing the numbers, and
Yeah.
I was exhausted watching it, and I have to imagine these folks that were on all the time must have been exhausted.
Well, it was painful. I like being in television, like we both are, a little bit that we are in television at this point. Just like having to fill all that time, not knowing if anything's gonna happen. Like you're basically just like waiting for information to get to you.
Yeah.
So it's like you could tell like Wolf Blitzer and John King were like, so tell me a little bit more about Pennsylvania. And tell me what's going on in Pennsylvania. He's like, nothing.
Seriously.
Nothing's going on in Pennsylvania, Rolf. Nothing.
Yeah. Totally.
Same thing you asked me 5 minutes ago.
Totally agree. Other than the election coverage, what did I watch? I finally finished Ghost of Tsushima.
Yes, I heard.
What an amazing game. The story is incredible. The reason it took me so long is because I platinumed it. I got all the trophies. But
of course you did.
The story was unbelievable. And we had a conversation with Rocky, who finished it too, and I was just like, man, George Lucas was inspired from Japanese and
Kurosawa films.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And playing this, I'm like, man, this would have been a great Star Wars film. Like, just the way the setup was with family, and then the last duel, and you're just like, I can understand,
where the Star Wars influence came from.
Yeah, I mean, I can watch those old films that inspired it, and I've seen those films and I get it. But watching this is something new that Westerners made about a different culture, and they did a fantastic job. And as a white guy saying that, you might be like, well, how would you know?
How would you know? Exactly, yeah.
The funny part is the head of Capcom said, how come we're not making games like this? And so you have someone over there saying, we should be making games that they did.
We should be making samurai games, not
Westerners.
Random white guys in Idaho.
But, the great part is they did their research. They had people on that team, and all the actors, they brought in history, they brought in context and everything. So it wasn't just blindly done. It was done with a lot of love and care. But
that's a PlayStation exclusive, correct?
Yeah. But man, it blew me away. Great story, a lot of fun, beautiful game. So I finished that, and then, God, we still watching Schitt's Creek, still watching Unsolved Mysteries. We did watch a great movie I haven't seen since film class, The Untouchables.
Oh, very good film. Yes, we lost Sean Connery.
Yes. And if you want to see a great Sean Connery film, man,
it is a great one. It's one of the better ones.
Yeah, he's so good. And I remember watching that film class at his Untuck, and it was you have the baby carriage scene, which is a classic scene, right?
Classic.
There are some great one-liners that come out of this movie that
Andy Garcia,
never bring a knife to a gunfight.
Yeah.
I mean, there's classic stuff, right?
Yeah.
But I'm watching this film, and I haven't seen this in probably over 15 years. And I'm going, oh my God, totally, it's weird. It cuts to his family, and it becomes like a whole different movie. It
was supposed to be a Kevin Costner film and ended up being a Sean Connery movie.
Yeah. Well, Kevin Costner plays Elliot Ness. I mean, but it's weird when you watch it now, we're in the golden age of television where things are more dark and gritty and there's more violence, where this movie had your traditional Hollywood ending with someone falling from a rooftop.
Yeah.
That was very tropey back then.
That was the thing. Yeah.
You got to throw someone off a roof at the end of every movie.
Exactly.
I don't know why that was, and it wasn't even a big building, but he fell forever. It was like, come on, buddy, hit that car.
It's like the one stuntman figured out how to do it, and they're like, let's just use it. It's cheap. We can do it. Throw a guy off a roof.
We're gonna make a movie, the Titanic. But at
All
the end,
someone's gonna fall off something.
A guy
a long
will fall
distance.
off a roof.
I don't care what happens, but someone's falling from something.
Yeah, but man, Untouchables. Everybody looks so young. It's a I think De Niro as Al Capone, man, that
Yes,
was like
yeah.
the shining moment. Like
Yeah.
Sean Connery and De Niro, they were in two different movies. You know,
Yeah.
De Niro almost felt like he was in. You're kind of like he's
Casino.
like in The Godfather. Yeah,
Yeah.
Casino. It's violent. It's
Yeah.
disturbing. It's dark. But man, great film. I mean, yeah, election coverage. Really, I mean, that's really taken over.
And if you're
our
looking for
lives.
another Sean Connery film to watch, like rewatch, Hunt for Red October.
Yeah, it's a great film too. I saw
Yes.
that long apart. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
rewatch it. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin, the guy from Jurassic Park, plays his like lieutenant, the doctor.
Oh, the old guy.
No, Grant.
Grant. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's like his second or whatever. That's a good flick.
Yeah.
John Grisham. I think it's a John Grisham novel.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. There's some characters that overlap with.
Yeah. Well, Alec Baldwin's character is like
yes.
Yeah.
Is he Jack not Jack Reacher?
Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan.
I don't know if he's that character, but I don't know. But I know it's like
it's like the MCU before the MCU.
Yes, yeah. It was very like intertwined. Everything was very intertwined.
So yeah, the election. I guess let's get this bad boy out of the room.
But before that, though, we also lost Alex Trebek yesterday.
Yes, at 80. It's sad. You're frozen, Mark. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm fine on my end.
All right. Okay. Oh, you're back.
Okay.
Yeah. This morning they talked to the producer of Jeopardy, and they knowingly filmed the last episode, and the contestants were in tears. And it's going to air on Christmas Day.
Wow.
The final episode of Jeopardy with Alex Trebek will air on Christmas Day, they said.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I couldn't even imagine being a contestant on that final episode, knowing.
I got teary-eyed there for a second. No, I just got something in my eye.
You should have went with it. Why did you go with it? But man, and then like, you know, him and his wife, that he got to like, they do traditional things in the house. I guess they swing on these swings outside. They got to do that one last time. I mean, Jesus Christ, how do you?
Ugh.
I can't even comprehend knowing. It's bad enough you don't know when you're gonna die, but when you know,
I think even worse knowing it's coming.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what's coming, and God damn, that's scary shit. And he was an amazing guy. I mean,
it's like oddly, like I saw a lot of things. I'm seeing a lot of things today on Facebook before I hopped on. That everyone's like, is it weird that Alex Trebek and Sean Connery both died in the same week?
They're in heaven.
Suck it, Trebek. I got here before you.
Suck it, Trebek. Yeah.
That's like one of the ones I saw. It's like, I got here before you, Trebek. Got you one last time.
I thought the same thing. I mean,
he's like, I can't even get away with you in death.
I know. Well, I guess rest in peace to both of those guys. I mean, amazing actor, an amazing game show host, someone that
the world record holder.
Well,
6,789 episodes.
Here's my question to you. Do you feel Jeopardy should continue?
Yes.
You do. Now, here's my second
Price is Right continued.
Bob Barker didn't die, though. He retired.
No, but still.
But here, okay. I don't know how I feel.
Feud has kept going and people have passed away and stuff.
You're absolutely right. Here is my second question. Who?
Ken Jennings.
Who would make the next best host?
Ken Jennings.
Ken Jennings?
The guy who was the like all-time winningest.
Yeah, but he's not a host. He's I mean, I don't know, maybe, but
I mean, it's not gonna be right away. You're not gonna get your replacement host right away.
No, because they probably won't start filming again until January or February. But they gotta look for a host first. So
I think like if they like did like a little rotation for a tiny bit to kind of honor Trebek, kind of.
Yeah,
like certain people come and do the hosting thing.
That's a great idea. And honestly, you could find your host that way.
Yeah, that's what I'm
One
thinking.
that kind of resonates with the
Anyone
audience.
but Ryan Seacrest.
He's got enough jobs.
Yeah, he always wants more.
Yeah, no, he's got the Kelly Seacrest show. He's got his 9 other shows.
Yeah.
You're right. I agree. No Ryan Seacrest, please.
Yes.
Ryan
yeah,
out.
No, yeah. He's
Ryan
got everything
out.
else.
Yeah.
You know who'd be good and who's available?
Who?
Tom Bergeron.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see Tom Bergeron.
He'd be good.
What did he host before?
He just recently stopped, got fired from Dancing with the Stars, and I've replaced him with Tyra Banks.
Oh, he quit.
Well, yeah,
he quit.
He said, she said kind of thing, but
yeah,
whatever.
he was not happy that they put Spicer on there last season.
Yeah,
because
he was also the America's Funniest Home Videos for a while.
You're right. Yeah, but you know what? Tom Bergeron doesn't say Jeopardy to me.
Well, neither did Alex Trebek at the beginning. No one even knew what he was at the beginning.
But for me, it was always Alex Trebek.
Yeah.
But Tom Bergeron, maybe, but he seems like he would fit in something more.
He's a good host, though.
He is, but to me, it doesn't seem like.
I mean, if Jimmy Kimmel can host Who Wants to Be a Millionaire,
you got to be serious. I feel like you got to have someone with a very serious.
That's not true. Alex Trebek he had his moments where he would, like ESPN posted right after he passed, there was one time they had football as a category, and the 3 contestants had no idea about anything going on with football, so they were asking going through the questions, and he got to the last question. He's like, should we even ask the question or just go to commercial now? We know none of you are gonna get this, but we'll ask it anyways.
I got another one. So there was 3 contestants on that were very close to each other. It was getting very intense, and to break the tension, commercial break, he left and he comes back out wearing no pants. And they showed this clip this morning on the Today Show. He comes out back wearing no pants, just his underwear and socks, and then he says, everybody's laughing.
Yeah.
And he says, I was told that we were going to cut the tension and we were all going to come back with no trousers on. And he goes, we have a camera behind the contestants to see if they did it as well. Yeah. And they cut and they're all wearing their pants. And then he just turns away and then walks out. He's like, I thought we were all going to do this to cut the tension, which was really funny. But yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. Tom Bergeron could do it for me. I guess I would. To me, I see him as the funniest, America's Home funniest video guy. So a part of me, my brain can't. It's like putting Bob Saget in Jeopardy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't.
Hey, Bob Saget was just on Masked Singer, so
I can't do it. Oh, he was.
Yes, he was just He was the most recent person to get unveiled.
He's a good singer. He sings on his comedy act. He plays guitar and sings.
I know. Claire told me. I've never seen anything to do with the Masked Singer.
Bob Saget's stand-up is pretty funny.
It is. It's very raunchy too.
Yeah.
Very blue.
Yeah. But what did he sing?
I don't know.
It would have been funny if it was like the Full House theme, right?
It would have been, but that'd been too obvious, I think.
That's true.
They actually sing like pop songs and stuff like that.
Wow. I'm kind of interested. I'll have to look this up later. Bob
Saget, Masked Singer.
I like Bob Saget. He's a funny guy.
Who doesn't? He's Bob Saget. He's America's dad.
That's Tom Hanks.
Bob
Saget's America's uncle.
Oh, okay.
Or something like that. I don't know.
Isn't that Jesse John Stamos?
I give it to Bob Saget. I don't know.
This conversation's got off the rails.
Anyway, we're loopy, I guess.
Anyways, rest in peace, Alex Trebek and Sean Connery.
Yeah. The election happened.
It did.
Trump
it took
lost.
forever.
Yeah.
For some people, it's still going on.
Well, those people are in denial. They have
or in the White House.
It's called the 5 stages, right? It's the 5 stages.
Yeah.
They got to get through.
Yeah, it's something, right? Get through something.
Acceptance won't happen till January 20th when Trump is going to be evicted. But anyway, I was very elated. I was over the moon, so fucking happy.
Yeah.
And Yeah, I mean, I can't stand Trump, and I watched Biden's speech Saturday night at 8 o'clock. I thought it was just so refreshing to hear a president
It could have been
elect.
anybody, as long as it was
Yeah.
just somebody that just like was even keeled. It was
Oh,
just anybody could
and
have won and come out and
he
been like,
spoke to all Americans.
"Hey,
He's not
everybody,
pitting
let's
each
just take a
other.
breather. It's just
Yeah,
everyone
it's
come together."
he's not pitting each other against each other. He's not
Yeah,
pitting red states and blue states like our current president has been doing. And it was just so nice to actually hear cohesive thoughts, words that
yeah,
mean something. It's not about the ratings. It's not about me. It's not about an ego. It's about
yeah.
all of us. I I was choked up when Harris
Kamala.
Kamala Harris. I love her. She was my first pick way 2 years ago when they started
I
debating.
remember. I remember.
I'm so happy and proud that we got a female VP, especially a woman of color. I think that's great.
Mm.
I'm just very happy. Now, needless to say, if I just don't like Trump as a person. So if we said this was
He's
the
not going away. That's the other
Oh.
thing. It's not like he's like not going to be on
once he's not president,
television or anything anymore.
I just don't care anything he says anymore. I'm just done.
Well, now he's going to be on television more because he's like able to do it. Like he's going to be on everything now.
No, people
He's
are
going to be like just.
ignoring
I
him.
think he's just going to be like just go to Fox News and just work at Fox News.
I don't watch
Just
Fox News.
be like
so
their main
great.
person or whatever. You'll see him
That'd
every day.
Hey, good for him. He
Like
can do
every
whatever he
time
wants.
Biden does anything or anytime anything comes out, he's going to have something to say about it.
Oh well. I mean, that's his right as an American to
I
criticize
know. I'm
the
just,
president.
yeah.
But the funny thing is, we have criticized Trump, and he gets his panties in a bunch all the time about being
Yeah.
criticized. Part of the job is about being criticized, and you should be able to criticize the president because they work for us.
Yeah.
They work for us. We don't work for them, and they're for the people. We're not here to kiss their asses. So even a president you like, you should be able to criticize and hope they get better.
The craziest thing I saw over the weekend was that Twitter announced that they're gonna, as of the day he's out of office, they're gonna no longer put him in the category of like public interest. He's now back to like regular person. So they're like, there's a good chance he'll probably get banned within the weekend. That he's not on anymore.
Yeah, good.
Because Bannon got banned for life.
Yeah. And
Did you see what he said about putting Fauci's head on a spike and putting it in the front of the White House?
Yep. I mean,
and you're banned.
Yeah, these people, I just don't get it. There's no reason to go down that road of violence. The pollsters, these poor people, the guy was on 60 Minutes, and they're still counting votes, and they're getting death threats. They're getting emails saying this is what the Second Amendment was made for. And he was visibly shaken.
Yeah, of course they are. They're getting paid like minimum wage to do that. They're not getting paid.
And then Fauci and his family get threatened. And then the governor of Michigan has a militia planning to kidnap her.
Yeah.
Insane, man. Insane. I'm so happy this insanity is almost over. I honestly
The thing is, you think it's almost over, though. I think it's going to be even worse now.
What do you mean?
Because now he's going to not have the White House to control him anymore.
But we don't have to pay attention to him anymore.
I know, but it doesn't mean that the people who were paying attention to him before are still going to pay attention to him.
I don't see I have a fear. My only
like John Oliver said last night on his show.
I haven't watched John Oliver yet.
The great thing from the election is that 74 million people decided to vote Trump out. The scary thing is that 70 million people voted and agreed with what Trump has been saying and doing for the past 4 years.
Oh, I know that's scary. What scares me, if Trump does not get, if he
technically can run again.
I was just going to go there. In 2024, if
he'll be back,
in 2 years he'll be back. In 2 years he will regroup, and in 2 years he'll be like coming down those steps again. I'm rerunning, and then the problem is the media. It will become a big thing when he decides to do that.
Yeah.
But what they need to do is step away from him. and just let him do his thing, but don't give him all the attention like last time.
Well, you can't though if he's running for president again. That's like a big story.
You can. He got way more attention than any of the other candidates because
Well, yeah,
they weren't
'cause
crazy.
that's what he does.
But what I'm saying is the media needs to learn from their mistakes. Fox News can jerk him off all they want. I'm just saying normal media can be like, okay, he's running for president, but we have other things to worry about now. Oh, Trump tweeted? Who gives a shit? Who gives a fuck what he tweeted? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I know that, but I'm saying it's like if he reruns for president again, that's going to be big news, and all the news agencies are going to cover it.
I'm hoping he has to deal with so much court problems, and he runs out of money, and he
already has run out of money.
Yeah, I mean,
like he literally is like asking people to help him pay for recounts and for the investigations.
Yeah.
Into these different things, and again, at Oliver, he said like if you look at the very fine print of the things they're sending out to people,
yeah,
they say half the money that you send in is going to go towards paying off the debt of the campaign.
Why are you okay? You should not be asking people to pay off your debt.
Yeah,
that's fucked up.
Well, that's what he wants. He wants them to pay off his debt and to pay the money to keep the investigations going that mean nothing.
Yeah. Well, they've all been shot down.
He's a sociopath, is what he's turned into.
Oh my god, and it's insane. I felt like I could breathe again Saturday when they made the announcement.
My thing was I was like happy that Biden won because I voted that way. But then my first thought was, well, how we're gonna have to get him out of the office.
Yeah.
He's not gonna just leave.
No. We have
There's gonna be something. Something's gonna happen where he's gonna
I agree with you.
Bring up some kind of loophole thing that he's found or something that he's
No, the Constitution states what it is.
Well, I get that, but he's gonna try to figure out something.
He is trying to spin things.
Yeah. From now until January, it's gonna be everything in the world's gonna be thrown at the wall.
Totally. He throw all the shit at the wall. Now the thing I read yesterday on CNN posted about how now they're gonna go to death certificates, and they want to match death certificates to mail-in ballots. So they're claiming people mailed in ballots of dead people.
Yeah.
Wow.
You hear I read it. I was hearing about that on CNN, and then I can't remember who it was or where I read it, but it was like, yes, dead people did vote this year because they voted before they died from COVID.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
So there's going to be some.
Oh, I agree. You make a great point. People, if there was early voting for some states and that person had voted potentially before they died of natural causes or because of COVID, potentially they died after voting, and that counts.
Yeah.
Because believe it or not, I do know someone who voted for someone before they passed the last election.
Yeah.
So Trump got a vote from someone who was dead.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact, I know 100% why that happened. But that person did die before the election and did vote. So that does happen. And you're right. They might try. They're going to use whatever they can.
They're going to think anything that's just like spaghetti at the wall, kind of whatever sticks.
It's so embarrassing. It's just the whole thing's embarrassing at this point. You're just like, concede. Let's move on with life. Biden wants to get the get us back on track, and I don't know, man. You're right. The genie's out of the bottle with Trump.
Yeah.
Politics will never be the same. And he is
the Republican Party at this point. There is no.
Oh, yeah. You have two Republican parties. You have the real Republican Party that believes in something, but then you have the Republican Party that switched over to Trumpisms.
Yes.
And now
QAnon, all the crazy
conspiracy theories. That's because
everyone's coming after us.
Right. So you have like a fraction.
It's basically a definition of a sociopath that you think everyone's out to get you constantly.
Yes.
It's like insanity.
Mark, it's gonna be interesting. Okay. Politics will never be the same, but this is the one thing I hope someone can do, if it's Biden or another president down the road, here is my one thing they need to change. And I have many things they should change, but here's the one thing they should change that I think would be very important to our democracy. Make it so you have to have some sort of public, you have to hold public office of some kind before becoming president. How come I have to get a master's degree or some sort of degree to get a real job, but the president has to be born in the United States and over 35? What the fuck? It should be
when it was established in 17, whatever, blah blah blah.
They never thought this would
no one
happen.
went to school, so they didn't have that as a
But
reasoning.
they can change this. They can change this. They
won't though, because as you know, there's one side that's super constitutional. So the other side's change everything. So it's
I know, but
no middle ground.
They have to change this because this is going to happen again. I swear to God, we'll go through this again. And it blows my mind that normal people have to get an education to get a good paying job. When someone wants to become president, they just need to have money.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. Trump had no qualifications to become president. None. And he did it. Let's not let this cannot happen again. Listen, if you want to become president, it should be like hold something of office, right? You're a mayor,
well, the thing is,
senator,
the whole
you're a congressman.
basis behind it was when it was started.
Well, we don't know.
Well, I do know there's history that tells you what happened.
I know.
When they decided on the presidency of having a president, they just decided to go with George Washington because he was the most popular person at the time. Because he just won the Revolutionary War. So they were like, oh, let's make him our president.
Well, he was a general.
Yeah.
But
we had no political knowledge.
I understand that.
He never held a political office. So it's like
the Constitution was put in place. I mean, they can, what I'm saying, I'm not talking about the past. The past is the past. We're
I know,
done
but
with
that's how all this stuff happens. It's not like it was done
Mark,
randomly.
What I'm saying, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. What I'm saying is now we need to change that because this is.
Well, they're not going to. That's the thing. If they haven't changed it in 200 years, they're not going to change it now.
But I'll say this: they never had to. They never had a reason. Nobody ever thought this would happen. What I'm saying
is because it has happened more than once.
Not having someone like this in office, no.
Well, you had an actor as a president before.
But yeah, Ronald Reagan.
He's only been governor of California for like once.
But he still held office. Like he still had an experience in politics where Trump did not. That's what I'm saying. Have some prerequisite that you are in politics of some kind. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the most important job in the world. It is the most important job ever, really. But if I got to work at McDonald's, you got to have a high school education. You got to hit those buttons.
Yeah.
But becoming president is easier. I'm just saying these people should have some sort of work ethic behind politics in your community because that makes the world a difference. And now we know what a game show host would do to our country.
Yes. Or a real estate mogul.
Whatever he is. I don't even know. An opportunist, a con man, a blowhard, a fuckface, you know. But I'm just saying, personally, I hope someone can change that in the future because we're going to get Trump again. And it might not be Trump. It might be someone else. And that's scary. That's very scary. And, you know, I can't deal with Trump anymore, and I hope he doesn't run again, but I don't put it past him.
On a better note of things that happened over the weekend, I totally forgot about this until just now as you were talking. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony happened.
I got to watch it this week, baby. Nine Inch Nails, Depeche Mode.
Yeah, T-Rex.
Doobie Brothers. Who else am I missing?
Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah.
Whitney Houston.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, I think that's everybody. But it was.
Did you watch it?
I did. It was on the HBO over the weekend.
Yeah, it was on last night, right?
Yeah, Saturday night. Yeah.
Saturday night. Yeah.
Dave Grohl hosted the beginning of it. And then, hey, they were on Saturday Night Live over the weekend and released their first single.
I was gonna say that. I'm like, I don't recognize this song. And I
Yeah.
look, they have a new album coming out in February.
I know. I was like, oh, new Foo Fighters album. This is fantastic.
I know it's coming out in February. I'm looking right now. It's gonna be called Medicine at Midnight. And the
Yeah.
first
The first
single,
song is Shame.
Shame, Shame, which
Yeah.
I loved, and I loved their new rendition. What song did they play?
Times Like These.
Times Like These. It was a great SNL, honestly. It was really good.
Yeah. Chappelle, there's a stand up at the beginning.
Yeah, Chappelle did a great job.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was so happy for new Foo.
I know. I was like, it was started like they were starting to sing it. I'm like, I don't know this song.
Yeah.
Some kind of deep cut that he's playing because it's the election or something.
Yeah.
And then at the end, they're like, look, listen for more. And then it had the album cover. I'm like, I don't know that album cover. So I looked it up and like they're like announcing new Foo Fighters. And I was like, what? New album?
Yeah. So cool. So much happiness this weekend, Mark. So much happiness.
Yes.
I do have some TV news.
Okay.
I'll do real quickly. We're gonna have a new zombie movie with Colin Firth.
Okay.
New York Will Eat You Alive. Colin Firth will star in Zombie Brother. Now, Zombie Brother is a digital comic.
Oh.
I did not know this, but Colin Firth will be in this. They're going to start filming later next year. So that's kind of cool. A digital comic is going to be getting the movie treatment.
Yeah.
Didn't say if it's going to be coming to theaters or probably digital at this point.
Who knows?
A wonderful show, which was one of my favorite shows a couple years ago, Russian Doll. The creator, Leslie Headland, is going to be taking over the reins of a new Star Wars TV project. And I'm very excited because I think she's a very talented director and producer because that show was amazing.
What project is this?
This is, they say, and I quote, Star Wars series is set in a place and time that we don't know much about.
Old Republic.
No, I think it's going to be new stuff. Old Republic is great too. But yes, give us more different stuff like Mandalorian.
Yes. Yeah, no.
I'm all on board, baby.
Yeah.
And in TV news, that was movie news. TV news, The Mandalorian season 3 is already in the works.
Oh man.
It looks like production on season 3 could begin before the end of the year or sometime next year. There's also a possible Boba Fett miniseries could film first.
Oh man.
This is all rumors, but they're being Disney and Lucasfilm is being very tight-lipped about their plans.
Well, yeah, because if they said anything, it would let off what they're doing in this season, possibly.
Yes, I totally agree. I guess there's a listing for a title called Buccaneer in production. I had an ad pop up. Sorry, Buccaneer in production, which I guess is kind of added fuel to the fire because Buccaneer is actually an old film about swashbucklers.
Yes.
Buccaneer. This is it came out in 1976. It's a swashbuckler, and there's a man called the Buccaneers. People are thinking, "Ooh, is this some sort of like, it's a fake name,
Yeah.
It could be the fake name for season 3, or it could be a fake name for a Boba Fett miniseries. We don't know.
Wasn't the Buccaneer like the name of the comic book or in Watchmen? Why does that sound familiar?
The pirate cartoon comic book?
Yeah.
And Watchmen? Oh, now you got me. I can't remember. Could be. Let's see. Watchmen.
Sounds familiar. It sounds like something. It was like along that line or something like that.
I don't know.
They've since released that as its own comic as well.
Oh, that's Tales of the Black Rider? No, I don't know. I'm not seeing it real quickly here. Also, The Witcher has paused production after 4 positive COVID-19 tests. I also heard that The Witcher would be moving from outside to in a studio, possibly to finish filming. Um,
Tales of the Black Freighter.
yeah, that's what I saw too. Tales
Yeah.
of the Black Freighter. I really want The Witcher season 2, but I kind of feel like all these shows that keep starting and going, maybe just stop.
Just wait. It's
Yeah,
like
just stop.
it's
You're
going to be
making more
okay.
work for yourself at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, like the Batman had to stop twice. I mean Robert Pattinson himself got COVID.
Yeah.
Now The Witcher's 4 times. I mean, they've already had to stop twice. Just you know what? Just put it on hold. Just go back to it next year. It's okay.
Yeah. I mean, unless you like totally put the whole production into a bubble, you really like aren't.
Yeah, you're right.
Kind of.
Witcher 2's talking about that being in the studio
Yeah.
instead of doing on location, where they would be in a more of
Yeah.
a bubble. And maybe they can just use a green screen, or they can just do stuff like that. But I mean, it might change the feel of the show.
Yeah.
But you look at Mandalorian, and they're doing
Inside the volume, nothing's done out in the world.
and it
It
looks
looks just like it's
absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So I think maybe they should borrow their tech.
Mm.
Wouldn't that be cool? But well, that's all I got. You got any news? Anything? I mean, we know.
There was big news over the weekend, which I'm surprised you didn't talk about, the whole Johnny Depp situation.
I did want to talk about that because it makes me sad. Not that I watch the Fantastic Beast movies at all. I could care less about those. But I have two thoughts about this. I followed the case. Johnny Depp was proven not guilty. He never did anything Amber Heard. She was abusive to him. And there was another case happening. I don't know the details about the case. It fell through. He didn't win. It was a libel case. I'm sorry. It was a libel case against.
He filed it against her for.
Well, it's against a newspaper.
Yeah,
the newspaper reported on this.
Report out about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was suing for defamation. He lost the suit, but it makes no sense because that was a defamation suit. The other thing happened, and it was proven that he didn't do anything. She was very abusive to him.
Yeah.
And she keeps her job for Aquaman, and Warner Brothers lets him go on Fantastic Beasts. I just don't get it.
Yeah, it's a weird.
I don't get it at all. It was one of those stories where you had to hear both sides, and I get the studios backing away and being like, what do we do here? I get all that because it's a big company, it's a big franchise.
Yeah, it's just kind of surprising that she still keeps the Aquaman gig.
Yeah, I know. You know what? It's
she's shooting right now. Snyder Cut reshoots.
What, they're going to be part of Snyder Cut too? It's like a whole new movie, man.
Yeah, like Trevor the Daily Show, Momoa was on for a documentary that he produced about Native Americans.
Yeah.
And he was talking about that he was in the quarantine before he went to go shoot the Snyder Cut reshoots.
It's probably, cool. He's in it full time.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a big part in that movie.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. Johnny Depp, it's, I know there's accusations about his money spending. That was true, I guess. But I guess when you have no one to tell you no, you can spend all the money you want.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It sucks for Johnny Depp. He'll be fine. He's a Hollywood star. He'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense.
No,
maybe we don't know the full story.
Yeah.
It is a he said, she said story. So I don't know. I don't know. I always wanted to go back to the days of old Johnny Depp when he was in smaller films and he made quirky films. And he wasn't a big Hollywood star. That was Johnny Depp.
Gilbert Grape days.
Gilbert Grape.
Scissorhands.
Edward Scissorhands, all that stuff. And then
Crybaby.
the Pirates movies happened, and that kind of changed his whole life. He became
Yeah.
a blockbuster draw. He became a big movie star, and that was kind of, I don't know. He still did the smaller films here and there.
Yeah.
But what are you
Well,
gonna do?
started.
Yeah, I mean, all those old movies still exist.
Yeah.
Do you even watch the Fantastic Beasts movies at all?
I think I saw the first one. That was about it. I might have saw the second one. I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean, they're not doing well. I mean, every movie that comes out, it
Yeah.
makes less and less.
I mean, my first thought was, how come he's being booted, but the person that wrote that, like, invented the whole world basically is way worse a person than he is, and she's still getting money from it.
It's a good question, my friend. Good question. Well, Warner Brothers is. I don't know. She sold. I don't know if she sold the rights, so maybe she's not making.
She's still getting
money.
some kind of kickback somewhere.
Oh yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I don't. J.K. Rowling's. I mean, that's got to be really hard for Harry Potter people. Like, I've never read Harry Potter, never seen the movies. I've had no interest. I'm sure they're fabulous and fantastic, but it's just not my thing. I don't care.
Yeah.
But that's got to be tough, right? Like, you're a big fan of this franchise.
Well, it'd be like the same long lines of like someone who's like a huge Michael Jackson fan, and then you find out what happened there. Or
it's a little bit different.
I'm saying, but the same kind of like.
He just put bad tweets out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get your point. It would be for us if George Lucas just started saying shit on Twitter.
Yeah, if he just went nuts berserker and just started typing things.
That's what it'd be like for us. But I just can't imagine you love something, you've grown up with these books, it's part of your identity, like Star Wars is to us, and then all of a sudden the creator comes out and just says these horrific things.
Yeah, it'd be like if like Rivers Cuomo came out as like a closet Nazi or something.
I would be devastated.
Yeah.
I know. But I'd still listen to I don't listen to Michael Jackson music anymore. I can't stomach it.
If it comes on, I'm not gonna like switch the channel.
If it's on the radio,
yeah,
I'm fine because I'm not paying him, but I don't stream it because I don't want no money from me going to his estate.
Yeah.
Like, if you stream it on Spotify or iTunes, a penny goes to their estate, and I'm like, you can't have my penny.
I don't need the money too,
They don't need the money. But yeah, it's gonna be tough. It would be interesting to know what people like. Your sisters are into Harry Potter, right?
The older one is Kylie. Yeah.
It'd be interesting to know what Kylie thinks.
She probably just whatever. She doesn't care. I mean, it's not like the books are still coming out.
Right.
The books are already out. The movies are already out. It'd be different, I think, if it was like in the middle of.
Well,
like if like
Beasts, though. The Fantastic.
It'd be like that's like not really part of the Harry. It's Harry Potter, but not Harry Potter.
It's still in the world, though.
But it'd be like if like George R.R. Martin, something bad came out about him, like right now.
Yeah.
Like
in the last.
Still waiting for his book to come out, and now he's not going to do the book because of this.
Yeah.
But now, when he finishes the book, do you read it? If you know what the thing was,
the fans are just going to read it.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's like the same.
Yeah.
Not there's anything. There's no JJ or whatever stuff about him. He's a perfectly fine gentleman. He loves Pac-Man video games.
Right. Jar Jar Binks. Jar Jar Binks Martin.
Yes.
Misa gotta not write this book.
He's one that was like the big. He was big in the. There's a E.T. video game documentary on Netflix.
Yeah.
And he was huge in that, like trying to find the stash of video games that they buried. And all I could think about as I was watching the documentary and watching him talk, it's like, so you're not writing a book right now because you're worried about where the ET video game is.
That happened years ago, Mark.
But still, it's just something that popped in my head. I don't care about the books at all. But I'm like, dude, just finish your job. It's like
that was 7 years ago when they uncovered the ET cartoon.
I know. I'm just saying that's what popped in my head when I watched it.
7 years ago. That actually happened right when the last console generation happened. And this week, baby, We are on the cusp of a new generation for video game systems, and I am in hog heaven, baby. Tomorrow, get the Xbox One, Xbox Series X, the Xbox Series S, and then on Thursday, you got the PlayStation 5, PlayStation 5 digital. Boom, baby. Mine's the FedEx has mine. I've been tracking I'm like, when's it going to be delivered?
I don't care.
I have been watching videos. I care. I'm telling people I care. I'm very excited.
I'm just telling people I don't care.
I'll
be playing my Xbox One, enjoying the old generation.
Yeah. You know what? You're not missing out on anything right now because nothing is major.
I'm not buying it. I'm not spending $500 on a video game system.
Okay. You don't have to. Nobody told you had to. I'm just telling you, you're not missing out on anything really right now anyway.
In these tough economic times, Brian, I don't think it's very feasible to be spending that kind of money on a video game system. At least that's what I was told. So
by who? Your wife?
No.
Tough. If I didn't have a job, I wouldn't be buying a system. But
well, no, you wouldn't because you don't have the money to do it.
Right, yeah. I have a job. My wife has a job.
Yeah.
There you go. And this is like, for me, this is my hobby, one of my hobbies, and I'm very excited for it.
As you can tell, you have more than one if you look behind you.
What?
I said you could tell you have more than one if you look behind you. So
yes, I have a lot of stuff, hobbies. I was thinking about doing an unboxing and putting on our YouTube channel because that could create more traffic to our YouTube channel.
Are you 14?
No.
Then you probably shouldn't do an unboxing.
You know, everybody does unboxing.
Exactly. There's no reason for you to do an unboxing.
You don't get it.
No one wants to see Brian Kozowski's opinion on the unboxing of a PlayStation 5.
I hate to break it to you, Mark. I hate to break it to you. Unboxings are some of the biggest videos on YouTube.
Well, I get that, but no one wants to see your opinion on it, I'm saying.
It won't be an opinion. It will be an unboxing. There's no opinions.
So you just unboxing me like, ooh, look at this. Look at that.
Yeah, people love them.
If you want to do one, knock yourself out.
I'm just saying it could get more traffic to our YouTube channel, which is something we need.
That's all I'll do.
I will tell you. I'm going to tell you something funny. Hold on.
I'm going to unbox thing of Nutty Buddies and post that on YouTube.
Dude, you should do it. I'm going to tell you.
Got these Nutty Buddies in. I'm really excited for them. They're supposed to be really, really cool and awesome.
All right, listen to this.
See what's inside.
Yeah. Unboxing.
Oh, I know. There's people unbox everything.
So there is a YouTube channel that only unboxes Disney toys or like kid toys, right? And it's this woman. They do not speak. Okay. They buy the product. They open it in front of the camera. Nobody talks. There's music. And that's one of the biggest channels on YouTube.
I bet.
For unboxing. I mean, you're thousands upon thousands of people watch this. And this person is probably bringing in a good revenue yearly. That channel is probably bringing in a good livable
we're here
wage.
Slubbing ourselves, busting our butts to put a podcast together. She's out there opening up frozen toys.
The unboxing market on YouTube is massive, man.
Well, get in on it, Brian. Get in on it.
Unboxing videos.
Just point down as producer so I get the kickback. That's all I ask.
All I'm saying is, Mark, this could give us
all
more...
that you're saying. You're gonna unbox stuff.
Give unboxing a chance.
Great. Let's move on from unboxing. I'm already over it now. I already don't care about it.
Wait, hold on. I just Googled unboxing on YouTube. An unboxing an iPhone 12, 62,000 views. And this was posted 30 minutes ago.
I don't care.
62,000 views!
I don't care.
And it was posted 30 minutes ago.
I don't care.
That's nuts. That's
70 million people voted for Trump.
Touché. Oh,
Ugh.
oh, I have no comeback, Mark. Oh.
Whatever. There you go. That's my answer for everything now. If people give any kind of tell me anything dumb, like 70 million people voted for Trump. Oh yeah, I understand. Thank you.
I can't.
I got you. Thanks. I agree.
Okay. Anyway, I might do it. It's an idea. It's an idea.
Go for it.
I want to get more traffic to our YouTube channel because it would be nice if we could expand on YouTube. That's all I'm saying. I'm willing to throw anything at the wall at this point.
I'll do a comic book story time. I'll just read people comic books.
Dude, I'm serious. We could do a YouTube series where I had this idea, and I'm going to talk about it right now because I think it's a great idea. I did have an idea that
shows off the rails today.
Why don't we?
Sometimes we don't plan things out.
Do a comic book show about what we're buying, but we can talk about what's coming out that week. Something similar to what you did with Matt Ryan years ago.
Yeah.
But a video version, but also it helps promote local comic book stores, you know?
We could. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I know I can get us a sponsor for it.
Yeah, there you go.
It'll actually get me to get my comic books. I haven't gotten the comic books in a while because the whole moving of the hideout.
So
I have one at the store. I just got to go over and grab it. That's the thing.
I'm very excited because now I can, after 2 years, maybe 3, I can finally read all 5 issues.
Oh yeah.
It took. This is the last issue. 5-issue run took almost 3 years.
There's a new Image Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin.
I saw that.
Bill's holding for me over at the store. I just got to go over and grab it.
I'm interested in that. Tell me how it is.
I will.
But I was thinking,
and Matt has books of mine that I haven't gotten either. So
actually,
maybe I'll text him now and see if he'll bring them to.
Doing a show like that would make me read them quicker.
It'll make me actually read comic books again because I never have time to.
Well, I buy them, and
I have time. I just never make time to. Is what I should say.
Yes, totally agree. I'm still reading The Boys. I'm in volume 4 right now. I read that.
All right. Jeez.
It's amazing.
About it.
Mark,
I got the
70 million people
voted for Trump. Telling you, it's my answer for everything from now on.
Oh, God.
Anytime Francia goes off on a tangent about, all these people do this or people really don't, like, John, 70 million people voted for Trump. Stop talking.
All right. Let's talk Mandalorian. This show has gone on long enough.
Yeah.
Chapter 10, season 2, Mandalorian. I'm gonna bring it up right here on IMDb. I watched it this morning. It's fresh in my mind. I want to say it was probably one of my favorite standalone episodes. I think they upped their game from season 1 with
totally a standalone episode though. I mean, it prolonged moved
really
along the search for Mandalorian's story.
Nothing really happened. It was just but it was a Monster of the Week episode.
It was.
It was.
But it also had the story with the X-wing fighters, which was one of them was Filoni.
Yes, I did notice that.
Which reprised his role from last season when he was an X-wing pilot as well.
This episode was
the thing with that though, I think it was called The Passenger.
Yeah.
I think the thing that moved the story along was the fact that I think he found out that he's not being like chased by the Republic was after him. And I think he's like now realizing like now he knows the Republic has his like not his back, but is honoring his mission.
He got his bounty off his head a little bit. So tit for tat, you've done this. We'll let it go. times are trying right now. We basically admitting we need all the help we can get, and since you've done these deeds, we'll give you a pass. I thought that was kind of cool. But the monster of the week, it was still enjoyable.
Yeah, the ice spiders are the best.
It looked now to my funny thing about this episode, the Mandalorian needs to get a good night's sleep because
he has not slept. That's one thing. It wasn't thinking there. He was like, I was gonna pop a couple minutes. I'm just
seriously.
Like, every time he tried to fall asleep.
What the fuck? You are in a ship.
Get a guy sleeping around here.
You're in a ship that goes through a major chase, falls into snow, it gets destroyed, and the first thing he says, well, we'll worry about it in the morning.
I need a nap. I'm exhausted.
I would like go out and start fixing your ship, buddy. Why are you waiting? And then he goes out later after he gets woken up because the lizard woman thing, alien frog, decides to hack into one of the androids,
the one from last year who tried to kill the from the heist episode.
Use the voice, which was clever, and like it's just like, and then
why is he still holding on to that? That was my first thought. Like, why is he like? Why don't you just sell that off to somebody? That's I would.
He doesn't really do that though. He doesn't really sell things off. It could have just maybe it's a bounty, so that he would have to have proof of the bounty. So that was the first time. Then he tried to before everything happened. He went to go to sleep. Then he goes to sleep after a huge wreckage.
Yeah.
And then he tries to go to sleep a third time later on in the episode. I'm like, man, he really needs to get some sleep.
Yeah.
He's a single dad. So maybe sleep is something he doesn't get.
It is. It's tough to get, It's not easy.
I did like how the child decides to eat the eggs.
Yeah. Which I think was
pretty funny.
It was disturbing as well as funny. But I think it was also a little into what the child's thing is, because it's like an amphibian as well, and it comes from the Dagobah system. I'm assuming is where this is heading sooner or later.
I think so too. I think you're right.
And I think that's like the food of the creatures.
Frogs.
He is. Yeah.
At first, when he saw the eggs, I'm like, "Ooh, does he have a connection?" And then he walks over, he presses his face against the glass, and they all kind of move towards him. And I'm like, "Oh my god! Is like, are we gonna find out he's really, like he can talk to them or something?" And the next scene, he's got it open, and he's just
like popping them like Cheetos.
I was like, "Oh god, no!" And then he's so hungry. He goes and starts eating like random eggs out in this ice world, ice spiders, and then the mama ice spiders,
which is a slight homage to Aliens.
I thought, I felt the same way. Very Alien-esque.
With the egg opening up like that, blooming.
And then the mama spider's like, you ate my kid, you're done. And I was really like, what are they gonna do? They're inside the cockpit, and he's like, they're trapped. What are they gonna do? I was really on the edge of my seat there. I really, it was good.
Yeah.
And then having the X-wing pilots come back and finish the job off and saving Mando. You heard the noise of the laser guns, and I was like, that's,
no, it had to be somebody with like a lasers of some sort.
At
first thought maybe it was the Mandalorians found him, because when he walks out and he's got like the light, you kind of see like the light floating, kind of like it looked like it would people with jetpacks on for a second.
You know what's funny? He found the Mandalorians last season, but they all disbanded.
Yes, because they left that planet that they were on originally.
Yeah, so now it's just like, but
they also a lot of them got killed by the Imperials that were left behind. So,
and he's on a mission to find the Mandalorians because
they're gonna lead him to the Jedi.
They'll lead him to the Jedi. So it's just he just needs to find one of them
Yes.
from before. But
Yeah.
you feel like they would have more of a contact with each other somehow.
Well, no,
Like,
because it's they want to stay as least contact with each other as possible.
that's
That
true.
way, the more that people are together, the more chance they are of being found out.
Like they were.
Yeah.
Um,
Like vampires, like it's why they have like a covenant almost. They're in like little alcoves and underground.
yeah. Like when he's talking to the pilot, and he's like, "We still need that ping." He's like, "Oh, look, it's working now." You're frozen, Mark.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. It was still a great episode.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that next episode we finally start getting into the actual story.
Yeah, but this is what Mando was like last season. Monster of the Week with a little tie-in.
That's
fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
I think the production value has stepped up. I think it looks beautiful, especially on a big screen TV.
Yeah. Well, speeder bike scene at the beginning was awesome.
Like, yes. You know, it's funny. I saw them, they're hammering, and I'm like, oh, I know what they're gonna do. They're gonna put the rope out like the Ewoks did, right?
Yeah, like the Ewoks did, yeah.
Why that guy was like, I want your jetpack.
Yeah.
And then he grabs it, he runs, and then you just see his,
like, where do you think you're gonna go?
It was so subtle. You just see his finger on his wrist, just
like a Rocketeer move. He just like launches him into space.
Yeah, I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah.
But man, it was a fun episode. I look forward to it every week. This is like one of those shows. It just,
especially last week.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Friday can't come fast enough. I need a distraction.
Right. And it felt good to watch it this morning, right before we did the show. I'll probably watch it again. Like, I just can't wait till there's more on Disney Plus for me to enjoy, because after that, I was like, I need more.
You got the gallery. You can still go and watch those.
Yeah, I'm watching those little by little. I watched the first episode. But I'm interested to see what they're going to do with a new Star Wars TV show when they do Obi-Wan. I really feel the future of Star Wars is on Disney Plus. I really firmly
I think the future of most things is on Disney Plus at this point.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's no other place for it to go.
Been said before.
Hey, you know what?
So speaking of movie stuff, Mark.
Yes.
2020, all the movies have been pulled. Wonder Woman's not coming out on Christmas.
Yeah, they
all pulled it again. Like it's all, I don't even know if Black Widow will come out in March or May or whatever month. I think they realized Tenet flopped and nobody went out to the theater. Theaters are dying.
I think it was just I don't know if it was the situation didn't help, but I also
people don't feel comfortable.
As good of a movie as I think everyone thought it was going to be.
You know what? Needless to say, if it was good or not, the movie would have been a hit. And people just don't feel comfortable going to the movies. You know,
there's also no theaters open either, so that's the other thing.
There are some Enfield theaters open.
Yeah, but I mean, besides that, there's no other theaters that are open.
They're just showing old movies.
Yeah, Regal's closed, and
so,
One Up Here's closed.
I don't feel comfortable until there's a vaccine. I don't want to be in a movie theater with recycled air with a potential of getting COVID.
Yeah, especially when everything's escalating rather than decreasing.
Yeah, with the spikes too.
Yeah,
that's the other thing. Yeah, it's scary. I mean, Connecticut numbers are going up. Mass numbers are going up. I mean, we're going back to phase 2.1. They're calling it. We were at phase 3. Now it's like 2.1.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Crazy times.
But yeah, Mandalorian, man, I loved it. So enjoyable. Something I needed. I needed a lot. And
Matt Ryan's calling me. Should I answer it on the show?
Yeah, do it. Say you're live on Geekonomics.
Matt Ryan, you're live on Geek. You're
even this is better for me to keep working.
You're live on the podcast.
You what?
Yep, you're calling into the podcast.
Hey, Matt.
All right, let me write down a scoreboard here. Well, how are you chatting with me during your show?
Because I'm Zoom calling Brian, and you're calling me on the phone.
Oh my God! Let me close the window so nobody can hear. The truck's going by. You know. Oh my goodness. What's up, people? Geekonomics fans?
What's
Can you
up,
hear him,
Matt?
Brian? No.
Matt, what's up?
Hey, Brian, how are you?
We need you back on the show, man.
I miss everything. I need to be back on everything.
We can have you zoom in one day.
Yeah, why don't
Yeah,
you
I
should
would
zoom
love to.
in.
Yeah, because talking is easier than typing. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, how are you guys?
We're good. We were actually just talking about Brian was talking about the regression of Connecticut back to phase 2, part 1/C level 2,
90210.
90210, 21 Jump Street.
Oh God, yeah. It's funny you were talking about doing the Monday night jams and like D&D. That's why I had to pull back. The restrictions were kind of notching up and up and up by day, and that's whether it affects the bottom line or not. It is going to subliminally affect people's thinking. Like, hey, should I go somewhere? Or should I just buckle down and take it for the team? And I don't want to be responsible for making someone feel uncomfortable or going out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were just talking about the movies. Like they canceled all the movies for the rest of the year already, and like Brian was saying, how going into the movie theaters isn't going to happen for a while for him, and I haven't as well. I'm not going to be doing that. So
Right.
even just like at this point, like leaving the house gets less and less appealing.
Well, it's cold outside, so it makes it
Yeah,
even worse.
exactly. So that doesn't help it even.
Well, that's really what is going to make it more difficult. Like the cold, and we're all going to be kind of living in that recycled air. So the less you can invite, the randomness, I think the better off we're going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But
We should have Matt, you should be on the show. We're just about to end our show, but we should have you on Zoom, and we
we'll
can
have
do
you
a
on.
Matt
We'll have you
Ryan
on
special.
soon. You have a lot of stuff going on. We want to talk about.
Yeah.
Who's got a lot of stuff?
You.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
What do I have going on?
You just had a book come out. You're putting stuff out.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's funny that all that stuff happened before this stupidity.
Well, I know, but people can still purchase those things.
That's true. I still need to too.
Yes.
It's hard. It's very difficult. Like, yeah, I would love to. If you want to do it next Monday or something like that, I'd be more than willing to be a part of the Geekonomics again.
We go 11 o'clock next
We're actually
Monday.
doing next Tuesday next week.
Are we?
Yeah, because I'm not here Monday. I'm coming back from Vermont Monday.
Oh, okay. So next.
Oh, this little Mr. Borderline jumper, huh?
Oh.
It's a predetermined event that we can't get out of.
Who's we?
Claire and I.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is this Geekonomics after hours, or is this the daytime programming?
No, it's a family.
This is the
event.
family show?
No, it's a family event
okay.
that we're going to that we
Oh.
can't get out of.
Swing party.
No, I could barely control one person. I can't handle it.
Who are you trying to control, me?
No, Brian said a swing party. I said I can only handle one
Oh,
person.
I thought this was the daytime show. Hello?
Brian doesn't follow the rules.
Yeah, Brian, anarchy.
He's a rebel.
Anarchy.
All right, well, then I'll let you finish your show. Mark, I thought you were just tootling around the office.
No, I don't go to the office anymore.
Or, you know what I mean.
Yes, my room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The big
No,
office.
that's fine. Actually, a good thing to have you on too. We were thinking of revitalizing the free lunch comic news kind of show.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Brian and I.
Nothing's happening.
No, just comics coming out and stuff and talking about that.
My idea was doing a video version of it, and we could talk about the weekly releases and what we're reading and something like that.
Maybe have like folks like yourself come on and talk about what you're working on, stuff like that.
Yeah, sure. That'd be fun. Or what my favorite picks are for that week.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. I would love to be a part of that.
Well, we can make that happen. We have
As
ways.
long as I can talk through it and still keep working, I think that's
We can do that. We can do
It's
that.
a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think it's something we should maybe plan for the new year. You know,
Yeah.
get the logistics
like a plan.
down, figure out how we
Sounds
want to
good.
do it
Yeah.
in January. Maybe start something up. That'd be cool.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good.
70 people voted for Donald Trump.
Say it again.
70 people voted for Donald Trump.
70?
70?
70 million people voted for Donald Trump. That's my mantra for the day, and from now on.
Your mantra?
Yeah, well, that's not my mantra, but anytime anyone starts saying something that I don't want to listen to anymore, it's like, hey, do you know 70 million people voted for Donald Trump?
Wow.
Yeah, really? That's how you end things. That's what people are gonna do.
Mark he's yeah.
I would imagine a lot of people don't want to think about that stuff anymore.
Well,
Mark wants to bring it up all the time.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what to say about that.
Exactly. That was Brian's reaction. Right? Brian was talking about something. I can't remember what we're talking about now at this point.
Unboxing.
Brian was talking about how he wants to start doing unboxing videos from his
I
house.
was gonna make one, not you.
I said from your house. You're
Yeah.
gonna start making unboxing videos.
And I was explaining to Mark how
he was like,
unboxing videos.
63,000 people watched this unboxing video. I'm like, yeah. I was like, it's like okay, it just
Wow.
that's how the podcast has been today.
Yeah.
I think Dwight said it best. It was like what was it when he thought Jim got bit by the vampire?
Yeah.
It was like one emergency at a time or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We gotta
All right,
figure out,
man.
like one weird topic at a time.
Exactly.
Exactly.
All right, man. We'll let you go. Let you get back to it.
Great hearing from you guys. Sorry I called during your show.
That's okay.
No problem.
I'll just make sure I add up.
Listening to Geekonomics. I hope you're getting your fill, and you'll be hearing my voice soon.
Yes, and I'll make sure to put a nice photo of you on the show as like on the phone, Matt Ryan.
You should. There should be a picture of the happening.
It's going to be. There's going to be a picture of Matt on the screen.
Oh God.
That's awesome. I'll draw my own portrait. It'll be me with.
Oh
a
no!
donkey body.
I'm finding a photo on your Facebook page.
Me with a donkey body.
No, I'm gonna find the most embarrassing photo I can find of you on your Facebook page.
There's a few.
I know there are. I know there are.
All right, guys, have fun. Enjoy
All right, man.
the show.
All right. Bye, Matt. All right, Mark. This show's gone on long enough. Find us at Geekonomics on Facebook. Subscribe to us on iTunes.
There it is, and there's a little nice Matt Ryan.
Yeah. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Maybe I'll
Watch
make
the video on YouTube.
I'll make
Any
an
other place you guys get your
unboxing video. Maybe.
Yeah. Brian's gonna unbox his PS5 when it comes.
Maybe I'm
gonna unbox some Cheerios or something. It'll be great,
dude. I that would be hilarious. Do an unboxing of cereal.
I'm start unboxing food. Just start unboxing random foods.
Yeah. Oh my god. And great thing. It's like
act like they do on those unboxing videos. Like, all right, we got these Kind bars in. They're really, really. It's gonna be awesome. I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about it.
Mark, why don't you do this? I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
All right, we'll see if I get motivated enough to do it.
Wacky ideas. Got wacky ideas. All right. We'll see everybody next Tuesday. We'll be putting out the show.
Next Tuesday, yes.
Mandalorian Chapter 11. We'll be recapping and talking about. So please watch Mandalorian every week with us, and we can talk about it together. And we'll see everybody next week.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a wonderful week.